I think everybody has an ideal them that they look at themselves and they think, I should be this. I don't know if I guess everybody is a big word, right? I don't know. Um, I, what do I know about everybody? I have an ideal self and I never live up to it. I never live up to who I think I should be. And so along the way, you have your real self. And that is vastly different than who your ideal self is, at least in my case. I don't know. Yeah, like I did a study on this. Everybody has an ideal. Don't you? I think some people think they should be something, right? I don't know. I haven't read a study on it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to say. And yes, I fall short, so short on my ideal self comparatively to my real self. But the ideal self is the one that pushes me towards trying to, you know, be a little bit better at my real self, you know. Um, it's surprisingly hard to be great. It is very difficult. Um, but that being said, I do believe that I have some strengths that help me along that way. And and what's interesting about it is like at least in my case, my strengths are not the strengths that society would normally tell you are great. Like I think that's one of those things that causes a problem in achieving our ideal selves is that like we're supposed to be super smart and super intuitive and be able to read, you know, your surroundings. But this one strength I have is this strength of optimism. And I know it's a natural strength because no one ever talks about you need to be optimistic. I mean, they sort of do, but only in kind of, you know, poster sayings, you know, like these sort of cliche sayings. Like innate natural optimism is a weird thing because and it's such a crutch for me that I know it's coming. So like this is how it works. I get depressed and then I'm at a point now in my life where I'm just like, well, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe a day. If I'm really depressed, it could last a whole day. And then I'm over it. Uh, that is um, a major gift. Now, you know, depression is a weird thing too. Like you say these words like depression. I have depression. Um, I kind of have existential depression. So, like, you know, I think you can be optimistic on, you know, in front facing, like legitimately optimistic, and then also be like, this is stupid and pointless. Like, this is ridiculously absurd. The whole thing is absurd, you know. And I don't know how like you can look at our solar system, you know, even you know, get a view from say Mars and be like anything matters at all on planet Earth, you know, if there was a thriving species of something on Mars, they'd be like, screw those humans. Look at them. They suck. you know, and then it would everything that we did on Earth would be irrelevant. So so I have that kind of deep-seated sort of futility and pointlessness, which, um, you know, is a constant hum in my life. But in my day-to-day life, I'm just usually like, hey man, this is super fun. This is super cool. I'm having a really great time. And like I love the battle, you know? So yesterday the results came in of the primary in Akron, and there were so many things to be depressed about. Really good people that truly cared for the people got uh, pushed out of office. More people that care about big business and just keeping power in the hands of a few people got put into office. And you would think, well, like, what? Sage is just a primary. No, 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 no. Republicans don't win. Um, haven't had a Republican in city council, I guess, in 2 decades. So it's over. The thing you didn't go and vote for in Akron, it's over. They already won. They already won. Yeah, there'll be a ceremonial vote in November, of which they'll spend still a shit ton of money on. I mean, why not? Because the people that, in order for the money people to keep control of the politicians, they have to just give them a bunch of money. And so the politicians will spend it all, because why not? Because every dollar you spend of somebody else is just you selling your soul to them, and they're happy to sell their soul to them. And why not get more signs and more everything? I mean, anyways. So the depressing part of that was like the turnout. So roughly last time we had a primary, Dan Horgan got 10,000 votes and Mike Williams got 8,000 votes. This time, Dan Horgan got 10,000 votes and Pastor Gregory Harrison got roughly 2,000 votes. I'm not, these are just off the top of my head, basically, you know. Roughly Dan Horgan got 80% of the vote. Okay? So, there are 126,000 registered voters in Akron, and 12,000 of them decided that they gave any shit about their city. That is, that's the depressing part, if you ask me. And to Dan Horgan's credit, he tried like hell to tell people to go vote. He put signs everywhere. He did mailings, billboards. You knew there was a vote coming. If you stepped outside of your house in Akron, you knew there was a vote coming. Yet, what, 12,000? I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Like 10%, 14%? I don't know. It doesn't even matter. No one voted. No one voted. And I saw a comment on Facebook. Somebody said, doesn't matter. They're just all the same. So, that's probably the number one reason people don't vote. Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. Which is so not true. I'm in a parking lot that's getting filled up, and I'm parked all crooked. Hold on. I want to be a good parking person. Hold on. Let me at least park non-crooked. There we go. So I feel like people have a legitimately valid reason to not vote, because they're all the same. So then the problem really becomes the politicians, because and the and me, like, I did not do a good enough job to encourage you to vote. I didn't excite you enough. I didn't offer enough. I don't know. So usually I just turn, like, it doesn't do any good for me to blame someone else for a low voter turnout. What does that matter? It just makes me feel better. Like, those losers, they don't even care about their own city. I mean, the only thing I can do is fix myself. And so that's what optimism is for me. Is that, one day I'm like, God, this is the worst. There's no hope. And then the next day I'm like, all right, how are we going to get people excited to vote? And quite honestly, I don't know if we are for quite some time. But then more optimism kicks in. And I'm like, I don't need them. I mean, I need them, but I also have the courts. I can do things in the court system that bypasses all the politicians. And I can get things on ballots. And if you have enough signatures, you can get something on a ballot. And maybe I can get people to sign up to allow me to put something on a ballot. So that's like my next level of optimism. I'm like, screw politicians. I don't. I will do it on my own. So one of the things I've learned, as I've gotten older, is stop swimming upstream. If people don't want to vote, don't try and get them to vote. It's like getting water out of a stone or blood out of a stone. What is that saying? Something out of a stone? Try to get anything out of a stone. I don't know. You can't get oil. You can't get nothing. Oh, no, you could get oil. I'm thinking of olive oil, but definitely there is oil in stone. I don't know what the saying is. I don't know. Just stop hitting your head against a wall. Because I do know that people care. People care about many things. I was talking to a very observant, hip, cool young woman yesterday about issues. And, I was talking to her about local politics. She's like, well, I'm new to Akron. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know, I'm not sure what, I don't know what's really going on, what's the matter. And then I'm like, okay, well, what issues do you care about? And then, bam, she was on it. She's like, I care about the environment. I care about animals. I care about poverty. I care about, she had all these issues that she was on fire about. On fire. And I'm like, well, there you go. Don't try to get her interested in something she ain't interested in. Help motivate her to get it more engaged in the things she's already interested in and change the system that way. Our system has these kinds of opportunities in it. We can come together in many different ways. So first of all, we can get litigation. We can put things on ballots, and we can protest. I believe we can bend the will of our politicians by making things uncomfortable for them and making the narrative. We change the narrative. We dictate what is important to us, and we demand that our politicians do something about it. It's like Revolution Light, I'm not saying we got to burn down buildings or anything like they're doing over in France. I think actually our politicians here in Akron in particular are so sensitive. I think you just get one sign in front of City Hall and they'll just pee themselves. And I don't know. I think you could really get them to do things. So at any rate, that's always my takeaway. Like every time I see when I get beaten or I get pushed down or I get sad or whatever, it's only a matter of time until my brain just naturally gets in a lane of like, hey man, let's do this. It doesn't even like coddle me and be like, don't worry about all that. That's fine. It like forgets about it. Like I have Alzheimer's that runs in my family, and I wonder if I already have like I don't think I really actually have Alzheimer's right now, but like it's easy for me to forget about things. Like, what? There was an election yesterday? Really? That's weird. I'm gonna do this. I got a movie coming out at the Nightlight Cinema, and I got a fundraiser coming, and man, those are gonna be great, and I'm gonna get people together, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna change the world on our own. Yay! And that's literally me. That's literally, truly who I am. And I'm so thankful that I'm that guy. And I only talk about it because I didn't do it. I didn't cultivate this. This is just how I was born. I just popped out this way, and this is who I am. I'm just like a golden retriever, you know? You leave me locked up in the trunk for 4 hours. You know what's gonna happen when you open the trunk? I'm gonna be like, hey, great to see you. What's going on? I'm a little hungry. That's literally me. That is literally who I am. And that's a force to reckon with. A golden retriever. The force of the golden retriever. Ooh. Fierce. Never gives up. Always happy. My lawyer calls me the happy warrior. And I am. I'm always happy. I mean, sometimes I get a little blue, but then I'm like, turn right around. I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. So look, so that's my message to you. There's always a new way. Like the Christians say, a door shuts and God opens a window. Like literally that's my whole life. There's just windows opening all the time. Doors are constantly being shut in front of me. The amount of times I lose is uncountable. But then I'm like, oh, look, a window. Every time I'm like, oh, wow, a window opened. I wonder why. Yeah, because you just got shut in the face with a door, man. All right. I don't know what's going on. My phone's freaking out. Anyways, I love you guys. We are on the right side of humanity and all that is good in the world. And it is only a matter of time until we bend the system. And the system realizes that it is wrong and we are right. And we must deal with our problems. We cannot ignore them. Somebody recently said they just left them for dead. The homeless. Yeah. They just left them for dead. That's right. And that's not right. And the other thing is nice. Would you stop dinging telephone? I don't know if you can hear that or not, but geez, oh Pete. Anyways, okay, somebody's texting me. I should end. And the great thing about the homeless is it's a symbol. It's a very visible symbol of what they're doing with all people they don't like. Minorities, poor people, people that are, just not cool anymore. But the homeless have nowhere to go. And so you're forced to look at them. And that's something I want to write about. That like the homeless is just a front-facing symbol of all the people that our society hates and is trying to sideline and oppress and make disappear. It's very difficult to make homeless people disappear when they have nowhere to go. Very difficult. And plus they're getting irritated. They're going to start putting their tents on sidewalks, people. When you go around and they throw them out of the woods, they already buried themselves in the woods, and the woods isn't working anymore. They're just going to start putting their tents on the sidewalk, so they're going to become more visible. And sooner or later, we're going to have to deal with our problems. All right, seriously, I got to go. I love you. You're awesome. Have a great day.